Hi everyone, thanks for joining me in the setup of my weekly spread. Feel free to decorate with me or simply sit back and enjoy. Regarding my decor, aside from this being the 4th of July weekend, I also set my mind on joining the Plannable Challenge on Instagram, hosted by Squared Plans and Planogram. Rightfully so, this week's prompt is Star Spangled. I typically don't decorate my weekly spreads, but lately my artsy thumb has really been having a go at it, and I could not stop thinking about these pleated American banners. The initial inspiration came from one of my current favorite YouTubers, Simply Lake and Lace. I have been watching her on repeat ever since I found her. Her home decor and Alabama lifestyle videos have been so inspiring and definitely a break from the hustle and bustle of city life. Plus, her decor just screams farmhouse. As I continue along the banner, I'm trying to draw the stars and sparkles in between the folds and keep the same edge pattern throughout. Like that, you can really accentuate the pleated style. This is the holiday that really takes me back. It holds a lot of fun memories with my family. My grandmother has always been a fan of the fireworks. I remember my father driving us through neighborhoods looking for the perfect spot to see the city's fireworks show. So many people were gathered outside, kids sitting on the bed of trucks, burgers cooking on every corner, and everyone tuned in to the same radio station playing those classic patriotic songs. In order to achieve a bright look on the banners, I only used G2 colored pens. Like that, I was certain that they wouldn't bleed through, that I would still achieve the brightness I was looking for. Here is where the farmhouse look really starts to take place. I really enjoy how baby's breath looks in mason jars, and lately have been seeing a lot on Pinterest how they place these with the American flags for little home decor around the house. In order to make it even more farmhousey, I also decided to add some yarn around the mason jar, and later on you guys will see how I made it so it could be looking a bit more realistic. My preferred style of drawing is very detailed but imperfect. So as you can tell how I draw my baby's breath, it's very scattered and just quite messy. But once I start adding the colors and go with it with different shades, I really like the end result. As for the decor under my dates, the inspiration came from this tiny wreath I found on Pinterest. I looked up 4th of July decorations and tried my best to stick to that farmhouse look. Like before, now I'm going in with my pen to add those imperfect details all across, making sure I give a bit more shape to the twigs in making them look more realistic. The last thing I am working on is this quote. I actually do enjoy having a lot of white space on my weekly because I typically fill every last inch of it. So it would be very helpful to not have the decor overcrowding my planning space. And that's why this would be the last thing I will be drawing on the spread. I used my mild liners on the stars in order to form a bit more depth with my pens, and I was surprised by how the shade of these colors just matched perfectly on top of the yarn. It went with this more farmhouse vintage touch, and I really liked the outcome of it. While working on this quote, I noticed that on the yarn, it's typically really messy, so I decided to do a bit of hairs coming out of it and went back to my mason jar and did the same to it. And I think that really added more of the rustic that I was looking for. And this marks the end of my farmhouse-inspired 4th of July spread. Thank you for joining me, and see you on the next one.